Why AI won't replace recruiter. Hello there. Welcome. If this is your first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am the founder and CEO of my own coaching program, which is the VIP coaching. Should you be interested, the link is right there for you to check it out. But today, I wanted to talk to you about recruiters being replaced by artificial intelligence. Let's get started. So why AI won't replace recruiter? Let's talk about that for a little bit. And this is an article from techtarget.com by Rachel. I like this article and I tend to pick a lot of the references that I personally have experience, work with, or know a lot of people who's going through those experiences and not just use different resources. So there's a lot of stuff about this article that I tend to lean towards in agreeing with, which is AI, I truly believe will miss a lot of the great candidates. And here's why. You are relying on a platform to measure a candidate. Do you really think any tool can do that? Let's just say that you hire a resume writer who uses, and majority of them to use some type of resume.com or, I don't even know the exact terminologies. They basically use a tool to put your resume in there or your position title. It spits out a bunch of buzzwords that will land you interview. Yes, but can you validate all the buzzword with your experiences? Do you actually have all of those experiences? So I think that one of the biggest factor of how AI can go wrong replacing human recruiting is because what really concerns me is that the lack of the potential of a great hire being mistaken by basically robot. I don't think any robot can read word by word in picking out a lot of the things if it's not part of the keyword. And I do think it's going to take them a long time to generate a massive, we're talking about billions and billions of words to make sure they find the right fit. I think it's going to take them a really long time. Even so, to replace the human factor that somebody is going to prep you for your interview in every stage of the way, which is phone screen, on-site loop, their relationship with the hiring manager. By the way, there is no relationship between the recruiter and hiring managers in the future if not implementing that right now by a lot of the organization because of this. So that is one of my major concerns is that, even before replacing things with AI, we're seeing a lot of the recruiters being overworked, overwhelmed, not because they simply just sucked. Let's call it spade a spade, is because I truly believe that a lot of them are overworked. So if you overwork someone, let's just say 80 hours a week, they're burnt out. So when you're burnt out, it's almost a feeling of every resume you looked at, they all pretty much look the same because your vision has changed. It's exhaustion. So I don't think a smart way to do is to replace them with a robot who doesn't even really screen you the way how a hiring manager would. I don't like using the word interview prep because I still think that at the end of the day, you are really talking to a robot who doesn't have the experience for that specific organization. For all my friends who are watching, former colleagues who are in talent acquisitions or in the recruiting industry, we all know that in order for us to prepare for our candidates is to have a conversation with the hiring team, especially the hiring managers. So when you don't have that type of human connection, how are you supposed to prepare your candidate? So let's go back to this. It basically talks about the world getting into an AI tool. It's still very immature. Still immature is understatement. It's very immature. If you guys think about the technologies to create the AR VR headset, it takes them about 10 years to get anything from AR to VR, 10, even 20 plus years to constantly enhance it. So unless the AI recruiting tool can come up with something similar, not the immersive experience, but the experience of, for example, what is your body language are like when you're preparing for an interview? I think just using animation, it's not going to do the trick. What if you're able to go on video and prepped with an actual AI that could say, hey, by the way, your shirt is too bright or something along that line. That's what I mean by using some type of augmented reality or VR reality in the near future. But again, that's going to take a very, very long time. This is an article from Aurelie. She works for LinkedIn and you guys could take a look at that. It talked a little bit about ChatGPT, which is a very hot topic for this entire year, but it talks a lot about how AI save recruiter or save any human labor time. I think that AI is a great thing when it comes to maybe manufacturing car, right? Because they have been using robot to do that. It makes sense. But when it comes to skill, especially when you're recruiting with a variety of different skill set, I see that an ongoing challenge when it comes to AI. There's a lot of web all power artificial intelligence already that will be the source to internet faster than any human can, which is true. But what about that AI that pick up signals from individual across all the platform? It will take them a while. I have not gone through any tools that could do that. As soon as that comes out, I'll be the first person to give you guys all the nips and tricks and all that. But for now, there isn't one that I've been impressed with. So do take a look at this. I think this is a phenomenal article. Great work, LinkedIn. I think at the end of the day, ChatGPT was one of the first to state that AI should be introduced itself as being one when reaching out to human as to be transparent and set expectation. But would any AI do this and functionally be native to the tool and would be user able to order or forgone that human touch? Do you really think that we could be replaced by that? So read it through. It's great. Every single pieces of that, especially at the very bottom. My biggest concern is how do you really network and build relationship with any human being through a platform? A lot of you guys who are job search, if you're job searching, I think a lot of these AI tools are great. LinkedIn is a great resources. I talk about Levels, FYI. I talk about Glassdoor, Indeed.com being my top 3 choices. I also made a video about job search. If you missed that, make sure you check it in my video list. Another thing is, if you are preparing for a job interview, I really don't believe that there's an AI out there that can replace the human touch of a recruiter.